intention of moving into Paradise, Atlanta, Paradise Baptist Church that sits on the corner of Westlake. And that didn't go through. So we were like, what are we going to do now? We have to have a place for the kids to come. And actually, we went back and we purchased this home, which was the drug house of the neighborhood. So when you walk upstairs, imagine stripper poles. If you go back and you Google the house, you can still see drink machines on the front porch. It had slot machines in the house. And the local drug guys in the neighborhood, they made a studio out of the house. So the way that the cameras, you could see how the cameras were like up in the ceiling, you knew what was going on in that house. And to this day, we went in, we remodeled the house. And people often walk by and they say, wow, that used to be a trap house. Or that was a drug house. Or that was a gambling house. And now it's a place, a safe place, where kids can come. So I'm going to switch the circle a little bit more. And looking at the video, when I came last year, I've seen Desire Street's video 4 or 5 times, but today, sitting in that seat, it hit me like, wow, this is happening right here in Grove Park. Leaving Walton communities, dealing with those kids, I can't compare. I got there and I was like, whoa, this is real life. I grew up in a difficult situation, but dealing with these kids and these families, I can't even compare to the things that I've seen in this neighborhood. And it's not, when people say, LaTonya, tell your vision, it's God's doing. I'm just a servant. The thing that makes Paul so unique is the people that have come around to support, like that video. It's no way. I would have probably burned out the first week. I'm the only employed person at PAW at this time, but we have strong, dedicated volunteers that come in every day and they're helping to make a difference in the Grove Park community. I met a lady named Mimi at a going away party for somebody. She's like, you know what? I'm going to come down to that place. I'm going to help you. I'm like, okay. I never thought anything about it. About 4 weeks later, here comes Mimi, and she's like, I'm going to be here every day. And since that day, she has been there every day to help us. And if you can see the snacks and the family meals, all of this is coming from our church, people in the community, making this happen. But the things you guys don't see, it's going to be some more pictures that roll that tells the story. It goes a little deeper. We have 12 kids, and out of 12 kids, I would say 7 are on an IEP. Okay? Out of 12 kids, out of 2 households, one of my families is three siblings with 4 that comes out of one household. And I can remember them coming in the first day, and I heard throughout the neighborhood, like neighborhood stories about these 4 kids. We had been praying, how can we get these kids when we never see the mother? We need these kids in our program. And the sister came down, and we got the 4 kids to join. Well, in that house, I walked in, it's 20 cats in this one house. And again, I'm just showing you the picture so you guys can see the things that we're seeing and we're dealing with on a day-to-day basis at PAW. And the kids are the most loving children, but the situations that they come out of, they didn't ask. But at least they have a clean, loving place to come to every day. That house, when you walk through the back, is condemned. And nobody in the neighborhood, they don't know because the mother don't come out and you can't see how the house is from the back. We were just wondering, what is the odor coming from? Why is that? Well, pretty much they're living in the condemned house. This house, and I hope you guys don't mind if I share this, but this is another student's house that you guys should have seen. And think about this, we take the little things for granted. Yep. You've seen that house. They don't have to us. This is right here in Atlanta. They have to use the restroom in plastic bags right here in Atlanta, and we're dealing with this every day. And I think it skipped. It went ahead. The pictures. We had a plumber. A good friend of mine. God touched her heart, and she's like, no, I want to help. So we went out to the house. And the plumber's comment was, it's not if it's going to fall, it's when it's going to fall. The commode sits on a pipe, and it's a 15-foot drop, right? So when you walk into the house, it's 5 kids in one room, 4 the parents, the grandparents, and me and Catherine. We did a home, because I did home visits. And I asked her, I said, Catherine, did you see the mattress? Have you guys ever seen a mattress that is so old you can fold it? Mm-hmm. That's what these kids are sleeping right here in Atlanta. And God has touched my heart. I mean, I go home praying like, God, forgive me for being so selfish. I'm realizing that people do matter. And I'm here, and I'm going to serve in dignity. I love what I do. The stories go on and on. I'm just looking at the videos, but it's so much love in Grove Park. And some people do want better. They just need their resource. It's just a lack of resources. We have a lady by the name of Miss Regina, and prostitution is really big on the corner of Westlake and Holloway. And I know what she does. She's also a diabetic, and she comes to me every day, and she's like, LaTonya, do you have my what is it called? Her goodie bag. And I'm like, yeah, so she came in one day and made me give her a goodie bag, and what she's asking for, because once she does coke, her blood drops. She has to get sugar immediately. So Saturday, I was there by myself. She knocked on the door, and she was like, I want to ask you a question. I said, yes, Regina. She said, why do you like me? And I said, I can relate to you. I love you. And she looked at me, and she was like, most people in the neighborhood are intimidated by me. They run from me. And ever since I've come here, you have never treated me different. She says, days I come in, I know you know that I'm high. I'm like, yeah, I know that you're high. So she said the other day when I came in, did you know I was high? I said, yeah, I knew you was high. And so I told her, I said, you know what, Perimeter Church, I'm telling this to tell the story to how we're all connected. And Sarah's going to talk about that at the end. A lady had given me some beautiful clothes. We give out clothes, food baskets, different things like that, which I did not plan. I'm thinking I'm just going in the after school program. But it's so much deeper. People matter. And so I said, I have some clothes for you. And so she was like, okay, I'm going to try on some clothes. You guys, when she came out, I was like, whoa, beautiful, beautiful. And she looked down at herself. She said, I am pretty. So she picked out what she wanted, and it was a beautiful beige sweater. And I said, well, you can have this too. And she looked back, and she said, you know what, I'm going to keep this here, because where I go, they'll take it from me. So I said, okay. And she turned and she walked, and she said, you know what, since you have been over here, I've asked you every day that I see you, will you come down and see what I do? And to be honest, she called me out. I'm like, yeah. She said, you never come. I'm at Fountain of Hope. Even though I'm on the streets, and yeah, I prostitute, but I'm also bringing in prostitutes. So my heart was like, man, I'm sorry. You're right. Please forgive me. I was really convicted, because every time that lady sees me, she asks me, she said, well, I'm being baptized Saturday. Will you come? I said, yes. It's things like that that happens in Grove Park every day, stories after stories. But I see God moving in that place like no other. And it's because of Zion Street, we have an opportunity to serve my church, Miss Johnston, Catherine. I'm looking at all the people that serve, Christy, Mimi. That's what makes the peace important. You know, people do matter. And from the bottom of my heart, I want to challenge each of you today. Continue, Lindsay, to pray for Paul, that God continues to move in Grove Park. We have had the opportunity to paint the house, to plant flowers, and we're on Bankhead. That's unheard of. Like, we sit on Bankhead, and people walk by and they're just like, wow. I had a guy who used to stay there. He was like, man, I wish I could have that house back. You know, he walked by the other night. But just stories after stories that I could tell you guys all day long about what God is doing over in Grove Park. It could not be done without you guys. You gave me a chance. I didn't have anything when I came to this out of the street. I didn't qualify for the program, but you opened me up. You opened your doors for the training that I've got in the training that I'm getting, and just from Dana and you talking to me and praying with me, and Sarah and Ashley, that makes a difference. We would burn out.